Hey Boilermakers, it's Kristina here and we're gonna do bar today. So all we need for this is just a nice generous amount of space. Maybe grab a mat or a towel to go underneath your feet. Have a water bottle nearby as we go throughout class today, and we'll go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Let's inhale, arms rise up nice and tall, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, come up half high, roll those shoulders back, nice long spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, fold, stretch the back. Make those hamstrings nice and long. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, rise up nice and tall. Exhale, fold. This time, let's go ahead and bend into one knee and then the other, alternating side to side. Getting some motion in the body, warming it up, stretching it out. Do two more each side. Inhale, send it all the way back up, reach long. Let's bring those feet out nice and wide here as we warm it up. We're gonna go one side and then the other, taking it nice and slow. Little turnout in those feet, back nice and long. Hands on hips or maybe out to the side. Maybe we add in that twist. Reach long through the back. Getting that body nice and stretched out for class today. Remember to keep that back nice and long. Turn the chest with the head. From here, let's land in the center. We'll hinge and lift. Flipping the wrists each time as we warm up those shoulders. Trying to come to a 90-degree angle in those hips. Take a few more here as we warm up that lower body. Two. And one. Go ahead, bring those feet back together. We'll shake it out here as we get started. Let's move towards our lower body. We're gonna get those feet just wider than the hips, plant them down, starting with some squats. We're gonna drop and lift, drop and lift. Hands can stay on hips here, or we can get them involved, bringing up to shoulder height and returning to lowered. Hips go to knee height. Nice range here, knees point forward towards the toes. Keeping a nice pace here as we continue to warm up through those legs. Let's do 4, 3, 2, drop and hold. Find lifting the heels. Alternating side to side. Getting those calves involved. As those legs start to fatigue in this hold, make sure we keep those hips dropped low. Alternating. 2 more each side. Don't forget about those arms. Keep shoulders away from the ears. Rise up. Let's do 1.5 reps. We drop full, mid-range, full, and half. Keep that chest up, abs engaged. Make sure we're pushing that booty back. Nice long spine. Drop and a half. Keep it here for a few more reps. Let's do 4, 3, 2, drop and hold. Here we pulse. Pulse it out. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, stand it up, shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water, stretch out those quads. Catch our breath, of course. Up next, we're gonna move our legs towards a sumo position. Arms out nice and wide, ankles underneath the wrist. Here we want to have those toes nice and turned out so that our knees can open up nice and wide. Here we're going to find those nice easy squats to start, arms out to the side or hands on hips. We go drop and lift, drop and lift. We want to slide those hips straight down, keeping the back nice and long. Make sure we keep the knees pushed out towards the toes. Adding the arms. Making sure we keep control of them the whole time, shoulders away from the ears. Keep that nice pace. Butt down to knee line, just like in our close leg squats. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and hold. Here we're gonna flip those hands up. Pulse it up, and pulse. Flip it forward. Keep those legs moving the whole time. And down. Feel the burn in the quads. And back. Let's reach those arms overhead nice and straight, and then pull it down, full range. Drop and push. Bringing those arms right back to the hips each time. Reaching long at the top. Reach and pull, reach and pull. Use some self-resistance here. Make it feel like those arms are pulling through mud. Drop and push, drop and push. Hold at the bottom this time. Let's find those pulses. Up, 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 and up, forward. Make sure those knees stay pointed out. Drop those arms. And back. Nice work, stand it up, shake out those legs. Grab a quick quad stretch. Point that knee straight down towards the earth. Catch the breath after those nice pulses. Other side. Maybe grab something for balance. Here I've got a nice rack. You could use a dining room table, a dining chair, or a countertop at home. All right, one more time. Let's revisit that nice wide sumo squat position. We're gonna find those 1.5 reps just like in our other squats. So we drop full and mid. Full, halfway. Really burning out those quads today. Drop, full, and mid. If those shoulders start to fatigue, we can always drop hands to hips. Make sure there's a difference in the range of motion between full range and mid-range. Almost there. Drop and half. Drop and a half. Hold at the bottom. Find the pulse. Pulse. Lift left heel. Pulse it. Ooh, balance. We could always grab something in front of us to balance as well. Switch sides. And back to that middle, pulse it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up nice and tall. One more time, let's stretch out those quads. We're asking lots of them, so we're gonna take a second, let them lengthen. And other side. All right, let's move into our single leg work. Again, we can grab something to help us balance, a chair or a countertop or a table, or we can always take these in the center of the room as well. We're gonna use one hand to balance, the other leg lifts out to the side, toe pointed. We lift and lower, lift and lower. Make sure we keep a baby bend in that standing leg. Really squeezing through that outside glute here. Lift and drop, lift and drop. Keep it slow and controlled. so we can really feel that muscle contraction. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, turn the chest towards our nice supporting structure here. We're gonna point that leg back, lift it just a few inches off the ground, and lift and lower. Same thing as when we were off to the side. Make sure we keep the chest up nice and tall, abs embraced. To challenge the balance, we can go hands on hips. A few more here. We've got 4, 3, 2, hold it high, pulse, pulse. Just a little lift here, a baby lift. Maybe grab our balancing object. Feel that burn in the standing leg as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring it back to the center. We can stretch the standing leg, hinging at those hips, reaching chest towards the knee. The good news is we've got another leg. Let's go ahead, stand on the other side, point opposite foot out, hands on hips or on a structure to help us balance. We lift and lower, lift and lower. This standing leg might be a little bit fatigued from already working it on the other side, but we're gonna keep it nice and strong here. Abs engaged as always. We're constantly working that core and bar. Maybe take a peek at the ground to help us balance as well. Focus on something that isn't moving. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, rest it down. One more time, let's grab the opposite leg. We're gonna lift it back and lower. Just lift the leg as high as we can before we feel like we need to tip forward. Finding our nice strong range of motion here. Lift and lower, lift and lower. We've got 4, 3, 2, hold it high, we pulse. Feel that standing glute start to fire. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Let's go ahead, stretch that leg. Catch our breath here. Maybe grab a sip of water. One more single leg standing exercise. We're gonna move back to side 1. We're gonna have that first leg pointed out behind us. This time, flex the foot. We're gonna curl and extend. Curl and extend. We've always got our object nearby to help with balance. We're firing up that glute to keep the leg held up in the air. Curling it all the way in and extend, working that hamstring. Make sure not to lock out that standing leg. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, switch it right to that other side. Curl and extend. We want to keep that knee directly behind the hip, standing up nice and tall. About halfway, keep it up. Make sure we keep that chest high, try not to hinge forward. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, shake it out. We can grab a quick figure 4 stretch to stretch out those hips. And other side. All right, we're gonna move it into our lunging series. So we're gonna take our original standing leg and put it out in front. and then step it back. Drop it low and up. Hips go straight down. Both knees go to about 90 degrees here. And up, drop, and up. We're just feeling out this range of motion. Maybe we add the arms. Reach and pull, reach. We've got 3, 2, hold at the bottom, we pulse, pulse. 1 inch above and 1 inch below. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the top. This time, we're gonna drop, lift, step in, step back. Drop, lift, step in, step back. If those arms are throwing us off, just do the legs. To challenge ourselves, we can bring this to a balance. Back, drop, up, and in. Or we can find a toe tap. 90 degrees in both knees at the bottom of this motion, finding what works for us. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, working on that balance as those legs fatigue. And 1, hold it here, hold the balance. 3, 2, and 1. Good news, we've got another leg. Let's go ahead, step it back. Find our lunges, drop and up, drop and up. We can add arms out to the side this time. Maybe they move with our legs to add a challenge for upper body. Or they stay right here, hands comfortably on hips. Keep it here, learning that motion. We've got 4, 3, 2, hold and pulse. Chest stays up tall the whole time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the top. We drop, lift, in, and back. Make sure we're keeping a nice baby bend in that standing leg the whole time. That's how we keep that leg firing. If we'd like, add that balance. Back, drop, up, and in. Back, drop, up, or toe tap. Whatever helps us to control this motion. Back, drop, up, together. Almost there. I know that front leg's on fire because mine is too. Keep it here. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that balance at the top. Hold it, hold it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, drop those legs, shake it out. We're gonna move it towards the mat for some core work. All right, everybody, we're down on the ground for our core section. We can go ahead and come onto our backs, knees over hips. We're gonna take it up to a nice C crunch. We can have hands up by the temples. We're going to lift and lift, lower and lower, or hands come out by the side. Just make sure that we are not using them for momentum. We're lifting head and shoulders off the mat as we curl and lower. Lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. A few more here. Let's bring it up, nice and strong, and down. Trying to keep those legs as stable as possible. Let's do 2 more. 2, hold at the top. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. We'll extend overhead, stretch it out. All right, let's go ahead, bring those knees back up. We can put the hands underneath the booty to help brace that low back. We're gonna extend and in, extend and in. Option here, we can tap those toes to the mat, tap and lift, or maybe one leg at a time. Making sure we're continuing to breathe through this core section. Challenge ourselves, keep head and shoulders up off the mat. Engage all the way through that core. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those feet, arms go overhead, full body stretch. Go ahead, bring it back in. We're going to put the feet on the mat, palms face up for penguins. We reach and reach, reach and reach. Twisting through those obliques each time, the nice side part of our torso. Again, keeping head and shoulders lifted away from the mat. Reach, tapping that ankle, reaching further if we can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it down, stretch it out. All right, let's go ahead, turn it onto our side for some side plank dips. We're gonna stack those knees on top of each other, elbow underneath the shoulder. We lift and lower, lift and lower. If we want a balance challenge, we can bring that arm up. Getting those hips up nice and high. 3, 2, hold at the top. Squeeze the hip high. A nice straight line in that body. We can drop this top arm as well, making sure we keep the shoulders away from the ears. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, drop those hips down. We'll flip it on around for the other side. Elbow underneath that shoulder, hand on hip, stack the knees. Lift and lower. Push those hips up nice and high towards the ceiling. Working all around those abs today. We've got 4, 3, 2, and hold. Squeezing through that bottom side oblique. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, flip it on around. We've got plank. We're gonna have plank with our elbows extended, hands planted. If this doesn't work for our wrists, we can always drop it down onto our elbows. We can have knees down or knees lifted. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Picking our variation, make sure those shoulders are away from the ears, a nice straight line in the body. If we have the knees down, we're gonna have toes on the mat as well to take pressure out from the low back. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees if they aren't already. Sit it back, child's pose. One more time, we're gonna hold that plank. Go ahead, bring it forward. Lift the knees in 3, 2, and 1. Abs on, pulling belly button towards the spine. Try and stay nice and solid in this position. 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees, sit it back, child's pose. We'll start to move into the stretching phase of our workout. Finding our nice even breaths here, breathing in through the nose and then out through the nose as well. Slowing down that heart rate after a very productive class. We can go ahead, bring it up into a nice lunge, push those hips forward. Raising the opposite arm, we'll reach over nice and long, stretch that hip flexor. Bring it up, send those hips back, hamstring stretch. Pulling the toe towards the knee to stretch the calf as well. Let's bend into that front knee. We're gonna bring the foot across our mat or across our chest for a pigeon pose. We can hinge in here if we'd like, stretching that outer hip. Bringing it on up, let's go ahead, switch to the other side. Push into those hips, find some space. We wanna keep the front knee over the front ankle, adjusting our foot as we need. Other arm lifts, we reach it over nice and long. Bring it back to the center. Send those hips back, hamstring stretch. We wanna roll the shoulders back, lead with the chest towards the knee as we reach long. When we're ready, go ahead, bend into that front leg. Bring it across pigeon pose, hinge it in if we'd like. Remembering to breathe even though our bodies are nice and still. Go ahead, bring it on up to the knees. We're gonna take some nice shoulder rolls here. Loosen it up. Take a final moment, stretch out anything else that you need to after class today. Thanks for joining us. Again, my name is Kristina, and this was Barre.